Alright, today I'm going to go over how to sign up and how to start my timeline for our Lord of the Flies timeline project. I'll go over the timeline project in more detail later in class, but for right now you're going to go to this website, which looks like this. You're going to click on Sign Up. You're going to click on I am a student, and then you're going to fill out this information sheet. I will give you the class code. Enter your first name. Username, again, doesn't matter. Password. Confirm password. No emails. Sign up as a student. Alright, I should be into that class. I click on the English class. I'm going to click on Create a Timeline. Alright, very simple. You can add a banner. You don't necessarily need to do that now, but if you want to, go off into the internet, Google Images, something like that. Type in Lord of the Flies. See what comes up. Maybe I want to use something. Ooh, that looks good. I'm going to save that image. Go back to my timeline. I'm going to add a banner. I'm going to upload from my computer. There it is. And now again, you can play around with that, what you have for a banner. That's no big deal. Choose a title. I'm going to call it Lord of the Flies Timeline Project. Okay. Short description, no big deal. All right, so now let's get into the nuts and bolts of what we're going to be putting into this, into the timeline project. So if we go back to our timeline, our assignment sheet, for each chapter, there's 12 chapters, so you're going to be entering 12 different things, 12 chapters into your timeline. You have to have a picture. Find a picture that pertains to something from the chapter and upload it to the event into the timeline. For example, for chapter 1 could be a conch shell. You need to list 3 to 5 events that take place in the chapter, 3 to 5, and then you need to put in a link for an outside source. So let's go back to our timeline, and the first thing that we're going to do is the heading is just going to be chapter 1. Okay? Now I'm going to add an image. All right? So I need to go back. I want to find Lord of the Flies. I'm going to add a conch shell. And this looks good. I'm going to save the image. Alright. Upload from my computer. There it is. There is a conch shell. Maybe this, put a brief description in there. There you go. Now I need to add some events. So I'm just going to simply add some text, and I could go something like this. Event 1. Okay. I'm just going to write Event 1, the boys playing crashes on a deserted island. Okay. Then I'm going to add another event. Event 2. And again, this can be Ralph is voted as chief. So very simple, and so on. I'm going to put in a couple other main things, the big things that I want. Again, with the events, these are big things that happened in the chapter, that happened to the plot, that happened to the characters. Again, chapter 1, we're just learning the exposition stuff, but we're looking for big things that happen. Okay? Go back here again, look for an outside source. Again, for chapter 1, insert a web link on how to survive on a deserted island. So maybe I'm going to add here, and I want to add get another text. I'm going to go off and I want to find some information. How to survive on a deserted island. Surviving on a deserted island. Let's see if what this site is like. Perfect. I want to use that. I'm just going to copy and paste that the URL into there. This website will give information All right, so there's my website for further information. So let's say I have all my chapter 1 stuff done. I'm going to move on to chapter 2. I'm going to add in another heading, and I'm going to call this one chapter 2. And I'm going to do the same thing, add a picture that's significant to help illustrate something major from chapter 2, add my events, add my outside web source for more information that can help again, just kind of bring chapter 2 alive. So with this, again, with this timeline, what we're creating is just a timeline of events from the book. We're also going to bring in illustrations and outside sources to kind of help further the learning. So that is how we're going to do the timeline project.